So just a quick one. There's a gentleman sitting in the front row of this hall, of this beautiful venue, that is going to talk a little bit, just to give you a little hint of basically the genre that I've come from and the genre that we're talking about tonight. He has a special, what's the word? He has a special involvement, is that the right word? Involvement. He has a special a connection to exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to introduce to you Grantley Haynes. Grantley Adams. I was thinking about Grantley Adams Airport, sorry, in Barbados. Give a big hand for Grantley.
Thanks, Sandra. I'd like to start off with everybody standing up, and I'd like you to give a great welcome to Sandra and her team for putting this together. She's done an enormous job. This is the first time that she's ever done it. And she was terrified, believe me. Yeah, she was. But you've done it, Sandra, and you can now do it again and again and again and again and again. Right? So I want you all to be upstanding and give Sandra a big round of applause, because she's got to feel this. She's got to feel it. Because Sandra's a woman that doesn't believe anything until she feels it. Thank you ever so much for that. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to talk about the importance of British reggae music. I've just written a book called The British Reggae Music Industry, A Windrush Legacy, My Story. And that is what it's all about. I started off by managing Pat O'Banton, Tipper Irie, Peter Spence, Sandra, a lot of artists that I've promoted. One of the first reggae shows that I did was the Aswad Sandra Cross in Birmingham, and I collaborated with a promoter called Rose and Dean, who is no longer present. And that show was epic. I then took that and I promoted Tipper Irie, Papa Levi, Pat O'Banton and Maccabee. This was in the middle of Birmingham city centre at a place called Maximilian's. It was roadblock, and it's epic because they battled and they battled and they left as friends. The greatest thing that I can say about my management, and I managed Tipper Irie for over 15 years, and Pat O'Banton for the same throughout their hits. But we can put the hits aside, because the brotherly love that Tipper Irie and I have stretches far beyond that. The relationship that I have with his friends, his family, stretch beyond that. What I want all of us to remember, that if we don't stay together and work together, things like these won't happen, and we'll lose this rich history, and our children, our grandchildren will never know. We've got to do something about that, because only we can do it. And that's why I think Sandra has been so pivotal in doing this, because I said to Sandra years ago, she looked at me and she said, "What do you want me to do?" And I said, "Sandra, get a job. If there's not work here, there's work there. If there's not work there, develop it." And I'm so proud of her, because she started a choir and she's done this. And this has set an example for the rest of the British reggae industry. Do not stop it. I'm just going to move quickly. The Windrush legacy. David Lammy got up in Parliament and spoke about the Windrush and how they treated our parents. Right? We need to deal with that because that's us. Nobody else is going to do it for us. We've got to hold the reins and grab a friend and say, I want to do this. There's many artists in here. I want to see you guys get together and put something together because the platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that's where it's all is. That's where they all are. And YouTube. We look, even me, I look at those platforms for the artists that are in here and they let me down. Do not continue to do it, please, please. I want everybody in here to hold me to account. If that book doesn't hold me to account and you don't see what you need to say, come to me and say, GT, you've got to do better. And that's where I'll leave it.